Now I'm going to show some basic footwork that can be used in combat. First, forward movement. Every time I move forward, I move the front leg first. For example, if my left leg is forward, I'm going to step with my left leg first. The most important thing is that you don't cross your legs. If you cross your legs, your opponent will see you are vulnerable and strike, causing you to lose balance and fall over. You never want to cross your legs unconsciously. You can cross your legs, but it must be a conscious movement and done at the right moment. It has to be done for a specific reason, to accomplish a particular goal. Same thing, your base always has to be balanced, your center of gravity between your legs. When you do this, you can move forward, backward, lateral, lateral, front, back, lateral, lateral. It all comes very easy. You always have to track your opponent's movement. Always maintain that distance. When he makes a movement, I make a counter movement. It is very important to always react to your opponent's movement and keep the fight on your terms. Now I show Tai Sakbaiki, or footwork techniques. The first movement is the outside pivot. This technique is important because it not only allows you to avoid an opponent's straight attack, but it also puts you in a position from which to launch a counterattack.
Sempre você tem que se colocar em posição de contragolpe. Você faz o pivô, mas
Once you do the pivot like this,
faz o pivô,
you can throw a strike.
você pode fazer golpe, outro golpe. Mas esse pivô,
However, it is very important that you don't lean back as you pivot.
ficar nessa postura.
You want to keep your original stance, keep your center of gravity between your legs.
Você não pode, você tem que se manter na postura.
As long as you do this, you will be placed into an excellent position to counter.
Faz o pivô.
Now from the side. As I pivot, I maintain my original stance, putting me in a perfect spot to launch a counterattack.
Aqui eu posso contra-atacar. Qualquer golpe. Mesma coisa aqui, ó. Desse lado.
Here I do the same outside pivot from the opposite side.
Tem outro ângulo de visão. Aí. Ó.
Continuing with Tai Sakbaiki, I show how to avoid an opponent's linear attack by switching your stance. Here I begin with my left foot forward. Notice how my center of gravity is still in the center. Again, this is super important because I do not need to shift my weight forward or backward to employ movement, which prevents me from telegraphing my actions.
Vamos aqui então. Vou mostrar essa saída. Essa saída ela é muito importante.
This escape is very important because it allows you to change your stance. I start with my left foot forward, but after executing the counter, I have my right foot forward. The opposite side. In order to make use of this counter, it is very important that you feel comfortable from both a standard stance and a southpaw stance. If you haven't mastered both stances, then it will be hard to make the most out of this technique and others like it. Your counterattacks will be more limited. When you counter, you can do so with either a kick or punch. The most important thing is that you switch your stance and escape your leg. This is another excellent technique for avoiding an opponent's strike and then countering with a strike of your own. The most important thing here is the leg escape.